weeks to go until UTMB. Training update. The update you never knew you wanted, but you just cannot wait each week for. So this week's been, it's been interesting actually. The last 24 hours, much more so. So I kind of really wanted to focus, as you know, I want to focus on a key theme for training. And as many of you will know, this week the live trail came out, which basically lists all of the runners that are doing all of the UTMB races. And as a runner, you're able to see what the predicted finish time is based on your UTMB index. Now, what is a UTMB index? What that is when you do any UTMB race, depending on where you finish in the pack, you get attributed a number, basically, you know, kind of how good you are. And that gets used then to feed into kind of UTMB races in terms of like wave start times, in terms of predicted finish times as well. And what I've actually found in the past is that the UTMB index ghost table that you can see as a runner on live trail is pretty accurate in terms of when you're going to hit checkpoints, when you might finish. So I'm going to be really honest. So my UTMB index came out this week and it had me finishing in 45:59, which is 31 minutes before the cut of UTMB, which means I will be battling. I will be a back of the pack runner, and I will be battling cutoffs. I will literally, on one cutoff station, I get in there like 15 minutes before it closes. That sent me into a massive meltdown. Mentally, myself. Nobody really knew it was happening because I was like, I don't want to be battling cutoffs. I have battled cutoffs in races and it's a horrible place to be. I was there earlier this year when I did Arc of Attrition. It is just when you have to constantly, as well as the pain of the race, as well as managing your body, as well as managing fueling, when you're also chasing cut-offs, it just adds this other layer. And then I felt really disappointed in myself. I'm like, I should be better. Why am I not better? You know, there's gonna be a battle out there. And I had to regroup. I had to remember, I just want to finish this thing. And I have battled all my life. I have battled in life. Nothing ever bloody comes easy. And I really, you know, I try and be that glass half full rather than glass half empty. And remember that actually, if we think positively, positive things happen. And I'm really trying to remember that. But also, you know, I have to be really real. And it might be really tough for me out there. I might be battling checkpoints. It might be quick in, out. There might not be time for sleep, etc., etc., etc. And I've been really working on being okay with that. I've been really working on that mental stuff, like getting myself into the headspace of, yeah, okay, you're going to be back of the pack. You're going to be battling checkpoints. But you can still finish, Sabs. Like, you can still finish this thing. There just needs to be strategy around it. And you just, you know where you are and start where you are. So this week's really been about like managing expectation, personal expectation, the expectation that by being so public about my training that I'm putting on myself too and carrying that. And remembering that my worth is not determined by how quickly I finish this race. My worth is determined by just getting to the start line and putting myself out there. My worth is determined by what I tell myself, what the people who love me tell me. But ultimately, really, it's an inside job. And it's on me in order to say the things to myself throughout the race that will calm my nervous system, that will calm my heartbreak, Freudian slip, that will calm my heartbeat, that will calm my breathing. And there was a really amazing piece that I listened to this week around some science that basically looked at top 20 runners and basically like compared them. And this science in a roundabout way said that what we tell ourselves in a race or an event scenario translates to how our body reacts. So if we tell ourselves, I'm having a shit time, this is shit, I'm no good, I'm not gonna finish it, I'm gonna look like that actually impacts upon our breath rate, our heart rate, how our central nervous system responds, etc., how we respond biologically. Those people that actually told themselves good things, I deserve to be here, I'm doing the best I can, I'm fulfilling the strategy I have for this, I know I've got people around me who love me, I know that there are people that aren't even around me physically but are out there who love me. Telling themselves positive things, which I want to do, had that beautiful effect on the bringing down the breath rate. Just feelings of energy and joy were abounding. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Remembering I deserve to be there. Checking my privilege and remembering that not everyone gets a chance to do this. And my God, you know that I'm working on that. And feeling that joy and energy and being in such a beautiful place. Like, yeah, it's going to be hard, but this isn't the hardest thing that I or we have ever done. So that's going to be part of my strategy. So this week's really been about the mental strategy around being a back of the pack runner, or my UTMB index stating that I will be nearer the back of the pack, and how mentally I'm going to deal with that and how that's going to play out. So I hope there's something in there that you can take away, use in your own life. Yes, mental stuff is 80% of it. If that's gone, you don't have a hope in hell. So over the next 3 weeks, it's this muscle I'm going to be really working on in order to ensure that I have every tool in my toolkit to get through this thing and to make it to the end. So thanks for listening to my waffle, and see you next week.